Hey everybody, are you out there trying to catch steelhead this summer? Well, so am I, and I had an awesome morning. 2 hatchery keeper summer steelhead today, drift fishing. And that made me think, why don't I share with people how to drift fish? So today I'm gonna share with you one of the easiest and oldest methods to catch steelhead. It's a piece of cake. I'm gonna show you from beginning to end what you use, how to tie it up, and even how to fish it for summer steelhead. So stay tuned, and if you stick around, you're gonna find out my secret color combination that got me a limit in 1 hour this morning. So stay tuned, I'm gonna teach you how to drift fish for steelhead. Okay, well, let's start by talking about the rod selection. I mean, that's where you go, right? Which rod do you use? And this video might be targeted toward that person who's just trying to figure out, maybe they've never caught a steelhead and they have some rods and they need to figure out which one will work. So steelhead do put up a good fight, but you don't need a super heavy rod. But with drift fishing, the key to a drift fishing rod is that it has a decent backbone, like a medium action would be great, but that it has a fast action tip, okay? Because when you have a fast action rod, that rod tip has a lot of sensitivity. And the great thing is when you get that really slight bite, you feel it. So if you're gonna pick a rod, try to find something that's maybe 9 feet at least, medium action around, and something that has a fast action. I'm gonna read you what I'm using. This is a Okuma Guide Select Pro. I do not endorse these rods one bit, but I've got this nice rod, and it is a 9 foot 9 inch, 8 to 17 pound, which is like medium action. And it doesn't actually say that it's fast action, but I know that this is a like super fast action rod. So when I get those slight steelhead bites, you can feel them. If you have a heavier rod and a tip that's not sensitive, don't expect to feel those bites. You might not feel them. You just have to kind of work your rod and wait till you feel something on the end and pull real hard. But anyways, I've got a spinning rod, 9.5 feet, like I said, 9 foot 9. Medium action. Now, I've got a spinning reel, doesn't matter what size it is, but what's important is your line, okay? My main line on here is 30 pound braid, green, not yellow. I want something that's stealth. Green, 30 pound braid. You can easily use monofilament. There's so many options, but I'm just gonna show you what I'm using. And I know it works because I caught 2 steelhead today, okay? So 30 pound braid down to a swivel. Now here's where we get to the gear. This is the easiest setup you're ever gonna fish except for a spinner. All I have is a swivel, that's it. Now what's cool about this is on one end I have my main line tied to the swivel, okay? On the other side of it, in the swivel is where I hang my weight. And there's a lot of different weight variations you can use. Slinky weights, lead weights, whatever you want. But you just need a hanging weight. And then you tie your leader directly to the other side of the swivel, not the clip that the weight's hanging onto. You tie your leader onto the swivel itself. Now for your leader, for me, I'm using a 12 pound fluorocarbon leader. My leader is about 5 feet, but you really need to know what the regulations are for leader length where you're fishing. Some places only allow 3 feet. And now all I have here is a leader, right? That goes down to a hook with an egg loop knot on it. Let's get it on this cam. Egg loop knot on that leader, and I'm gonna have a little clip about me tying this up. And then I have a corky, which is really just a little floating painted ball, and a piece of yarn, chartreuse yarn that's covering up that hook. So that's what I got, folks. That's all it is. You're basically fishing with corky and yarn, and that catches fish, okay? Now, I'll explain to you how to fish it, and then I'm actually gonna show you. I got a lot of requests on here of people saying, like, we don't wanna just buy stuff, okay? We wanna learn techniques, how to fish, okay? And that's what we're gonna do. If you look at this run, I'm gonna go to my other camera. All right, when you're drift fishing, you're looking for a slot, a big, deep channel, and the point is that weight will be tapping the bottom. Tap, tap, tap. And what's happening is this leader is dragging either in front of or behind that tapping weight. Now, this is why your main line is not super important, but I do think you should go as stealth as possible, because your actual, what you're fishing is actually gonna be several feet away from where that weight's tapping. And this should be floating and naturally presenting itself either in front of or behind that weight, bouncing down that channel. That's the goal, okay? Now, I haven't fished this exact slot, so I might make some mistakes. So now we've got the rod explained, right? Fast action rod, kind of some stealth but heavy a line for your main line. We have it going down to a swivel, that drop weight, slinky weight, whatever you want to call it, and then your corky and yarn. That's it, corky and yarn. A lot of people also put eggs on this, okay? Corky and eggs, or just mostly corky and eggs. So now you got to learn how to fish it. I just explained that we're going to fish this channel and we want to tap on the bottom. Okay, that's the goal. You're going to have to experiment with the size of your weight. When you go drift fishing, you need to have multiple sizes of weights. Light, like 2-ball, 3-ball weights, a little heavier, a little heavier, a little heavier. Bring an assortment with you, okay? And start out fairly light and fish it until, if you see you're not touching the bottom, you need to be tapping the bottom, at least periodically. If you're not touching the bottom, reel it in, put a heavier weight on, okay? If it goes and it just sinks and grabs on the bottom and gets you stuck, your weight's too heavy, you need to lighten it up. The point of this is to get a balanced weight that will work this current and tap, tap, tap. So now I'm gonna fish it. We're gonna do a demo. That's what I came here for, to this slot. I'm gonna cast over. I'm actually gonna cast on the other side. I'm gonna let it fall into this hole, and I'm gonna wait, give it some slack, and I'm gonna hopefully tap the bottom and hopefully get this thing fishing. There is one more secret I'm gonna tell you about scenting this up. Should I do it now or should I do it later? I'm gonna do it now because if I happen to get lucky and there's actually a fish in here, I would like to have every advantage I have to actually catch it. Okay, so check this out. This is my secret. Let's go down here. All right, you watching? Okay, steelhead fishing. My #1 secret for steelhead fishing, addicted steelhead blend. And this is the liquid. This isn't like the paste. This is the liquid. So what I do is I take my leader, before it even gets wet is the best time to do it, okay? And then I just put several drops right in the center of it. Let it soak up. Yeah. Soak into that yarn, boom. Don't waste too much. These bottles always leak, so I keep it in a plastic bag. I'll have to wipe my hands off. Whew, smells like anise. The steelhead blend is really just like an anise blend. So, okay, let's get to fishing. See if we can get it to where we want it to get it. Okay, I cast it right over. Now that's going fast. Let's see if I can hit the bottom. You got to give it adequate slack. There you go. Bottom? No. Super deep. Oh my gosh. There's the bottom. This run's kind of hard to fish. I haven't even felt bottom. Need to get more line. This is a deep hole. Oh my gosh. I did not expect that. Okay, I might have to add weight. Wow. That just ripped through there. I don't think I ever felt the bottom, so I wasn't really fishing. Or maybe I didn't give it enough line quick enough so it could sink. So let's try that again. Okay, give it line, let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out. Okay, where are we at? I want to feel it tap the bottom. Oh geez, this water's deep. Are you kidding me? How deep is this? This is a tough hole to fish. I don't think I felt bottom at all. It's not good. Wow. Wow, great demo. Snagged. Oh, right where I want it. Right next to the rock. Let it drift down, hit that current. Make sure there's enough line to let it sink and get to the bottom and tap that bottom. Tap, tap, tap. If you see your rod tip go down, set that hook. Like, oh gosh, that was a tap. It almost felt like it could have been a bite. Now, tapping the bottom and a bites, sometimes they're hard to tell apart. That is the truth. Oh my gosh. I'm about to fall off this rock. I'm getting so excited. Thought it was a bite. Nope. Okay. I wonder if that camera can actually see me. It's so far away. Oh yeah. That time I put it right on the other side. It's gonna sink down, hit the current, gently, slowly, take it right to the bottom. But that's where the fish are, folks. They are, especially salmon, down in those, and that's where you gotta find them. Truthfully, the part of the river I'm on, I don't expect there to be salmon or steelhead. Very few, if any. So like, my odds are not that I'm gonna get one. I would say maybe a trout, if anything. But, you know, you never know. Some fish get away from their areas and get into areas you wouldn't expect. The point was to show you how to do it. You know, I might have not picked the best run, but hey, you know what? It's a start. And I think if you watch this, you'll get some ideas, you know, what I'm doing. And basically I'm just letting that weight run through a current, tap the bottom, not get stuck on the bottom or not miss the bottom. I want it to tap the bottom, trying to find those fish. Wait for a bite, something that feels like a bite, and set the hook. Just wait for something that's abnormal and makes your rod tip go down. And if that happens, you set the hook. Hey you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope it's a little bit helpful. I have people ask me all the time, like, what's a basic way to fish for steelhead? How do I get started? Steelhead are amazing. So that's drift fishing. And I might have not picked the best hole, but it works. And you never know what type of hole you're walking into. You show up on the water and you have to read the water, right? And that's what I did. I first tried to fish this and I had difficulty. I ended up moving down into the tail out section, casting upstream a little, and I was able to get my weight to tap on the bottom, and I was effectively fishing. So it just took a little bit of variation. And hey, did you want to know what my secret color combination is? Today, the 2 steelhead I landed were on this color here. Now check this out. Toxic banana. Okay, toxic banana. Well, you can see that's what they call this. It's chartreuse with a pink tail. So what I did is I actually copied with my leaders, and I did a, let's see, a chartreuse yarn and a pink corky head on it. And actually, I can't believe it, but today, I mean, I just knocked them out real quick, one after another, both on that same color combination. So if you like, tie it up, try that color combination. Let me know if you catch fish. And really, folks, if you learned anything, if you have any questions about drift fishing, just shoot them my way. I'd love to try to help you out. I'd love to try to help you get on some fish. So God bless you. Go catch some fish, grow a beard, and love Jesus. Take care.